Welcome to the Ecliptic Spiritualist channel. I want to get right into this full moon in Aries that is coming upon us on this October the 20th, 2021. And then we have those that live in other areas that will descend upon them in Sydney, Australia, and other areas that's in that location on October the 21st. Now, this full moon is bringing us our theme, which I sat with Spirit. And the theme over this full moon is it ain't over. It ain't over. And it's not proper English or, okay, it has to be prettied up. What this Aries full moon is saying, it ain't over. And that's what Spirit gave to me. Now, this full moon in Aries will be coming in Eastern Standard Time if you're in the U.S. at 10:56 p.m. If you're in the U.K., some areas it will be coming in at 3:56 p.m. on the 20th, and then in Australia, and the locations in that part of the globe will be at 1:56 a.m. October the 21st at 26 degrees. Now this full moon is going to have an opportunity to build resilience in the face of diversity and tune into our inner warriorness or warrior is. And that's WARRIORNESS, warriorness. Okay, so with the globe, with the universal globe, part of the earth, and also the other planets watching us to see how we're shifting, the globe has a crisis, and is forcing all of us to dig deep, face our uncertainties, face our fears, and do real, not fluffy, aesthetic work, spiritual work. That's what the Aries energy will be highlighting with this full moon. What the globe, the universal energy, is asking us to look at. And the spiritual work we must do is saying it ain't over. It ain't over. It's a fixed fight. That's what Spirit was saying. It ain't over. It's a fixed fight. Time to create deep transformation. Why? It's a fixed fight. So Aries is bringing this fire with this Libra balance right now to create and destroy, and will place us in situations where we can see these dualities playing out in both our human nature and both Mother Nature, Gaia herself. And as old ways of being continues to crumble all around us, including me, including everyone, if you are awake and paying attention, okay, we have the chance to ask ourselves what new world you wish to create for yourself, together as human beings, being like the phoenix rising from the ashes. Okay, I'm going to shuffle a few cards. I'll just pull one to get the over theme, that as a collective of those that will see this it ain't over description of what the full moon wants to share. Let me give you a collective card that Spirit would like to share. Okay. All right. And it's saying, show the world the real you. Show the world the real you. Now, as a collective, what Spirit is saying here, show the world the real you, is who are you during this season of it ain't over? This full moon, this phoenix rising from the ashes. Who are you? And Show the world, show those that are part of your world who you really are, who you've been working through, what you've been doing to transition yourself. Don't continue to wear a mask to cover who you are. Take that off and show them the work that you've been doing so that it will help the other person that's involved in your life to be authentically themselves as well. Okay, so that is a card that is sharing, show the world the real you. Okay, this element of Aries is representing in this full moon. The element is fire. Okay, charged by a masculine energy of Aries. All right, and this astrology house that it resides in right now, the astrology house that is in this full moon of Aries, if you're not familiar with the houses, some of you are, some of you may be new to the house of who you are, your natal chart, the astrological realm that you came down through and took that snapshot as they wrote it in the birth certificate of the time that your soul awakened in this world. That's where your house is aligned. But the Aries is the first house of the natal chart and it's all about self. And this is why the collective card is show the world the real you, because Aries, the first house, is saying self. Aries is asking, have you purified yourself with this fire? Have you gone through the flame, burning off the areas of old wounds, healing process, so that you can show up as a transformative being for 2022? Are you burnt off? Have you burnt that off of you? Are you willing to walk for bravery, to walk into the next cycle of your life? The lunar cycle that we're entering into. So the body parts to be mindful of during this full moon is your head, sinuses, and your eyes. Be mindful of these areas during this full moon. The full moon area, Aries, and the area of full moon energy will illuminate itself, in my personal opinion, 72 hours after it comes in. Even as the moon will still appear full in the sky, and she, thank you, Mama Moon, will go into a next zodiac sign because she moves fast through it versus the sun. That illumination of that energy still will be in the air. So you still have time within 72 hours of the full moon falling into Aries. The crystals that you want to work with during this energy is you can work with carnelian. You can work with citrine. You can work with amber. And then you can work with tiger eye. Okay? If you are on Patreon, tier 2, join our Patreon. It's the North Node family is there. Join Patreon. Okay? But if you join Patreon or on Patreon, you are on tier 2 level. I have the oils of essential oils to make a warming body oil to help you connect with the fire of Aries and boost your immune system with rubbing it in, and you have that information and working with the illumination of this full moon. We also have our altar vigil still going on. You're more than welcome to join it now on our website. Okay, and it's a boosting altar vigil, working with this resilient, confident, brave energy that will help you. Okay, and some of the goddesses that I'll be working with and God will be Mayet, Lilith, Draga, and I'll be working with Aries, which is the full moon energy, the son of Zeus and Hera, representing the physical aspect of battle. If you on the Patreon account as well, North Node community, what's up? You will see there's other listings in tier 2 of various goddesses that you can work with as well during this energy, or those that you already have set up in your cells there to here to see this video, whether you are or not. Work with the energy that you're called to work with. These are suggestions. I am your spiritual teacher, your spiritual guide. You don't have to do everything verbatim. It's things that I'm suggesting to you that are effective and proven, by the way. So the list of those you may choose to work with is located there on Patreon tier 2. We also are hosting a full moon ceremony on this Wednesday, the 20th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the U.S. Full moon release with burning, pulling cards, so much more. We do a lot of work during that time as a collective, private setting, and that way you're getting some one-on-one and energy and unison. And that's the key to working with altar vigils is unity. And that is something that we lack in our communities today. We recommit or start to working with this full moon. So this full moon is asking you to either recommit, start to commit to it. Okay, to honor the first of the full moons in this new 12-month cycle, to make a pledge to yourself, your own spiritual walk, your own spiritual journey, to work with this for the next 12 months, the full moon energy, making a commitment, a pledge of communing with the full moon, so that way you can see change and continual leaps and bounds in your life, in your spiritual walk, because it's all about your own individual walk. If you want something to change, you got to do something. All right. So one of the pledges, I wrote a pledge, and you can modify it or do the way you like. But the pledge that I wrote was I pledge to work with the coming of the 12 full moons, forgiving, releasing, and surrendering resistance to my dreams. And then you want to sign and date it and put it in your journal, your personal journal. Yes, you should have a personal journal. Sign and date it. Now, this full moon with Aries is strong in the area of forgiveness. And also because it ain't over for you. As it said, in our theme is it ain't over. Okay? Forgiveness or forgive is a magical alchemy or alchemical, if you want to say. That's a tongue twister. But it's magical, is all about alchemy to things happening for you to release karma. And the moon frequencies allow you to feel better about yourself, moving on, including yourself, including moving on for yourself, or including forgiveness for others. Okay, so you want to dive deep and forgive whomever you can forgive, and write a list and include yourself as well. Always include I forgive myself, but you want to forgive others as well. As difficult as that be sometimes, forgiving other people helps you to release in yourself. That doesn't mean go back to those people and accept behaviors that you no longer accept, that you've moved forward. But forgiveness helps you to move karmatically into the next 12 months of the full moon cycle. And when you come back to this moon next year in 2022, you will see a complete difference, a stepping up. A few questions you want to ask yourself. I have 3 of them that will help you do solitude work and helping to release and forgive yourself. The first question is, and you can close caption this and write this down as well. We also have a ritual video that is coming up on the channel here as well. But that ritual is already up on the blog on our website. Check it out. It's in full writing. But these are a couple of questions that I always give for you to write in your journal so that way you're asking yourself about things that you need to work through. So one of the first questions is, do I understand that forgiveness doesn't make what happened okay? Who is going to feel better, lighter, and happier if I forgive? Them or me? You write those names as you're guided, as it comes into your mindset, and those names will come up and out. Do I understand that holding on to anger only harms me? That's a question. Express your thoughts about why holding on to anger doesn't meet your moral code. That is a very, very important question to ask yourself. What is your moral code? Do you have one? That moral code is not based off of Abrahamic religion or Abrahamic movement or different religiosity. It is your own moral code, and you must develop your own moral code to know what you will and you will not do, or what you will or you will not accept in this spiritual journey. Okay? And the third one is, am I willing to forgive the people who I've hurt the most? If not me, why not? Yes, you have hurt some people in your life. You are not squeaky clean, neither am I. But that brings us into a new form of freedom from the norm. It helps us to take ourselves out of titles or assumptions from other people. It sets you free. And it sets you to, I am free from the norm. So you must ask yourself that question, okay? So in saying that, I hope that this "it ain't over" theme helps you to know that you are rising and that you are growing. Always know that you're growing from one area to the next area. If you're doing work, you always growing from one spiritual challenge to the next spiritual challenge. Some are big, some are little, some are called little foxes, we like to call them, so that they will rise up in our lives and help us to forgive, and also help us to build and work within this fire that Aries is calling us to do. Okay, so you have time to do this work. Join our altar visuals, join Patreon. I have a moonbeam workbook that you can work through every month, as well as in the tier 1. I do teachings all the time that prompts you to do work in your private solitary working. Okay. I love you very much. Have a wonderful full moon. Don't forget to contact me for private psychic therapeutic readings that would change your life, along with spiritual consultations, ritual work, spell work, metaphysical supplies, so much more that we offer. I offer master classes in the non-traditional arts of the occult that would change your life on your own personal journey. Okay, because your spiritual journey is very personalized, and it is not like the next person. It's not the same as your partners, your family members. None of that. Is your own individual spiritual journey. But if you connect with your coven or your circle of the North Node, you will find out that there are others there to support you in unity, so that this walk is not alone. Love you very much. Happy full moon in Aries. See you later. Bye-bye.